Check, check. Check, check. Looks good. I think we're good. That's really cute. I like it. Hey Matt. What are you up to right now? I'm on live. Okay. I was gonna see if you were going live, you could hop in here. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you wanna say what's up to the stream, I guess we'll let some people get in here. I just started the stream, so 10 minutes. You can hop in here for a second. Wait, whoa. Really? Hold up. Let me see. NHC. Let's go to tropical weather outlooks. Central, no, Eastern Pacific. Oh! 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7. That's right. I like when we beat hurricane season. True. I know. Atlantic hurricane season is June 1st. That's very true. I don't care. Love it. This is not going to affect anyone, most likely. All right, cool. Just let me know. Well, I guess you don't even have to let me know. Just yeah. Once you're in there, I'll hear you, and then because let me make sure I'm in the mod channel right now. Yeah, I'll hear you once you're in there. So. Yeah, well, I figured you could just hop in and then, talk about what you think today's going to look like and whatever, and then you can scuttle on or you can stick around. I don't really care. All right, see you. See you. What's going on, guys? Matt's going to hop in here in a second. This is supposed to get bad in Salina, Kansas. We're going to take a look at the updates right now. We're going to take a look at the updates. Check it. Okay. Yeah, we've got a 70% chance or more of tropical cyclone formation in the Eastern Pacific. You guys want to go into tropical tidbits? Take a look at that. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Regions, Eastern Pacific. Okay, we'll look at the GFS first. There it is. Oh, not bad. Whoa! You scared me. You scared me, Matt. Oh, you know what I realized? Okay, I'm going to turn off... okay, I'm going to do something, guys. Give me a second. Beep. I'm going to go into my sources, and I'm going to turn off video capture property. Deactivate me in here. Thank you. Goodbye. You guys can't see me. And then I'm going to go into radar. I'm going to go... Oops. We're going to go here. Actually, no, we're going to go into pivotal. And then we're going to go back into here. And then I'm going to activate in here. Okay, now let's see if this worked. Whoa! And guys, look at that. We're instantly in here with Matt.
That. Beautiful. I love it. It's so solid. It's so fluid.
That's right.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
By the way, just a heads up to you. Yeah. Make sure if you're going to use WSV3 that you update it. They did another update this morning because it's been having some issues, I guess, because he's working on things. So you'll have to go to the website, or there's on the settings tab, it'll say update, and then it'll take you to it, and then just update it real quick. I had to do it again this morning because it wasn't showing warnings.
By the way, my brother updated it was a minor update. You can't even see that, like an overlay change.
It's not worried about it.
He updated my overlay. You go. It's so easy. You open the command prompt where it runs. You know where you hit run.
Do Do you just type in what it says to type in?
Well, yeah. You type in like you literally type in like dir space update, enter, and then boom, you're updated. It's that easy. But I'll have him show you later because I forget. He told me the commands, but it's going to take us all of 30 seconds.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, what's going on, guys? Yeah, we're going to talk about stuff. This is the GFS on this out here, by the way. Nice little 968, 960, 958. Ooh.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Okay, I mean,
and you know, too,
cat 2, cat
honestly,
3.
I don't think this is where your expertise is going to come into play here. But the water temps are pretty decent over there, so I could you can't even roll out rapid intensification with some of those storms out over there.
Let me look. Okay, so let's get into. Okay, so yeah, these hurricane models aren't going to give us anything until the hurricane's actually formed. We're not going to be able to see anything, so we're just going to be able to use globals to start off with. People argue the GFS is better or the Euro's better for hurricane season. The GFS, maybe before, I think it was 2021, they updated the GFS model. Do you remember what year they updated there was a big update to the GFS?
Was it 22?
It was somewhere between 2019 and maybe 22. Somewhere there.
I will find that information up for you.
But when they did that, Jesus, where did I go? When they did that, the GFS beats everything in hurricane season, in my opinion. Nice little storm. Shouldn't affect anyone. We had a little bit of a downtrend today in the for
I saw that. It
Oklahoma,
just looks like rain mostly,
which was fantastic. Yeah. Now northeastern Colorado still seeing some decent cells there in a little bit.
They look like they're gonna see some photogenic cells. As for any of the chasers out there that chase, some pretty looking photogenic storms out there today for sure, and then tomorrow as well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll probably get some good pictures here. Going down into. Yeah, look at that. Still trying to get a little activity down here going into southeastern Kansas, but yeah, there's nothing in Oklahoma now. Look, there's a little bit, but like we had at the 04
yesterday.
At the 04Z yesterday. What I'm looking at right now at the 04Z, we had a wall of supercells right here yesterday.
Yeah, it looked a lot better yesterday.
At this exact moment in time on the HRRR. Watch this. Look, if I go back to the OOZ yesterday and I go to 04Z, watch this. Oh, well, this is one of the runs. I think maybe the 12Z last night did an upgrade. Well, let's see. No, it was even farther back, I think. Yeah, it was the was it the 12Z here? It's really downtrended.
Yeah.
Into Saturday, 04.
I thought it was, I guess, the OOZ last night, too, that we looked at and looked pretty spicy.
And we had the 18. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Then we had the 18 doing something crazy right there. It's gone. It's just gone now. So that's good. But yeah. I haven't really taken a look at the other models for this event, NAM 3K.
I haven't either yet. I just looked at this one. I know they just expanded the slight risk for tomorrow pretty significantly and added OKC to a 5% tour, which I'm not sold on that either. But yeah, it's mesoscale convective scale days too. So like I said, if we get one supercell that pops up, that outflow boundary can produce more, and then you can get outflow boundary tornadoes. We've
got 4,000 to 6,000 surface cape on some models in Oklahoma. Look at this. Look at this in the NAM 3K. This is the most recent NAM 3K. Look at this.
See, that looks more realistic, so maybe that might be what we're going to go off of then.
Yeah. So it has it. So maybe... So that's why we can't just watch the Let's look at the Rufus. Yeah, the Rufus is... Wow, look at... Whoa. I hope this doesn't happen, dude. Northwestern Arkansas.
Oh, that's nasty. I don't like that.
Mean damaging winds here if this happens.
In that scenario, too, with it being the Rufus, that's also not off the table because, like I said, it's northwesterly flowing winds, so that could happen as well.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, let's hope, for everyone's sake, let's hope the Her model's correct.
Correct, for once.
Yeah.
That's something else. Oh, my goodness. Do you see the day 4 slight risk
for
all of Central Texas on Monday, too?
I do like this. Wait, B said, what's the spice rating for today? First of all, we need to create a merch shirt, a combined merch shirt, me and you, and do something with that, with spiciness and spice ratings.
We need like a meter, like a 0 to 10 meter.
A 0 to 10 spice meter. If anyone
awesome.
If anyone wants to design an image or anything and send us drafts, we should do you ever talk and you think of things while you're talking? We should do a little competition with your team and my team, which I like to just call our teams, and a design for maybe a spice meter shirt. So I don't know if anyone for anyone who knows how to do some graphics and stuff, and then the winner we'll turn it into maybe a shirt and a hoodie.
That's fine. Let's do it. I'm down. Yeah, I want to start.
NTX said I'll do it.
That'd be awesome.
Let's do that. Let's do that. And so we'll give it let's give it until we'll make an announcement later tonight, and then maybe we'll pick the winner next Friday.
Sounds good with me. Oh, I won't be here.
Okay, well, we can wait then. We'll do the. When will you be back?
Do you want to do it the first week? Let's see. We'll come back the 1st of June. So.
Yeah, we could do it. We could do it. We'll announce the winner on the 6th, June 6th.
Sounds good.
And then
I'm
we'll
doing a
design it and put it in the
24-hour
shop.
stream for my birthday also, so that'll be the 5th.
Oh, sick. Wait.
Yeah, I like to do those.
June 5th. Oh man, maybe I can convince. Well, no, my wife would never let me do that. Here, take the 2-year-old.
Do you go back to work then?
And newborn for July
Okay.
3rd. Here, take
Okay.
the 2-year-old and newborn for 24 hours straight. Oh my gosh, maybe I can get her mom into town.
Hey,
I would
you
totally do
never
that. I'm gonna see if I can have her mom come into town. That'd be fun.
yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that with her unless someone was helping. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll pick the winner on June 6th. So then, everyone, you listen. We're gonna make the announcement tonight, but you guys can just start designing some fun stuff.
I will let the team know too. I'll have Rose send out a Discord message and say,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, and all you guys will be able to put it in my merch channel, or I'll create a thread in my merch channel. You guys can post it in, and then I'm sure Matt will have an idea for his team where they can post it. July 3rd is my birthday. Getting close.
Yeah. Why do they wait, Connor? You said July 3rd is when you go back. They don't give you the 4th off. They just say screw it.
Well, no, I started my paternity leave on the 2nd, so I'm just doing it in my head like a month out. But yeah, so I probably wouldn't start my first day again then. Let me actually look at the calendar. I probably wouldn't start my first day until nice, like the 7th, because I'd have the weekend.
Oh, that's beautiful. There you go. I was gonna say that sucks. If you
I just got a whole other week of paternity leave. I didn't even know. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All I have to do, guys, is be making like $150,000 to $200,000 a year before I go back to work, and I'll quit my job. Okay, that's all. Probably not gonna happen, guys.
You never know.
So buy the merch. No,
Speaking of which, I shot up 200 hours last night on the old tube channel. I'm 80 hours away from monetize.
Nice. Do one of those things, like I said, where you can just roll your roll the radar.
Yep, we'll do it. I'll probably end up setting something up like that one day this weekend while we're going out shopping.
Yeah. Are you on live right now, or is it just me?
No, just you.
Just me. Okay. Let's get a couple questions, and I'll let you. I know you got stuff to do.
Yeah.
So we have some people in here. I love that they're talking straight to you. Matt, any tornadoes in Kansas this weekend? Pretty general question, but not a bad one.
Yeah. So I mean, today's got a potential. It's southwestern Kansas, and then we go to tomorrow. If I have a day this week to pick, honestly, going towards it would honestly be today, probably, honestly, given what we're seeing right now with the modeling. If you're in Texas or Oklahoma, though, especially Texas, I really am interested on that day 4 outlook on Monday. I think there's a really good shot at there being a pretty significant wind event on Monday. I was looking at the low-level shear as well as the mid-level shear. And, these next 3 days, MCS stays, but it looks like we're actually going to have a troughing that's going to allow for a low to develop on Monday, which could promote a pretty significant event. So we'll see what happens on Monday. But, yeah, Kansas today would be the day.
Yeah, let me look at the 12Z Rufus real quick and zoom out here. See what it's
that's right. I forget it's always in range.
Yeah, it's so far. I love it. It's doing some really crazy stuff in Kansas, I will say, on Sunday morning. The timing seems weird. Sunday morning, it's barrage, and that's probably a big wind event over there in Kansas. And then Oklahoma's obviously looking spicy going into that Sunday night, Monday.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, whoa.
Do you notice right around
super aggressive take
6 p.m.? Do you see the cells that fire off on the Rufus there in Oklahoma and then move west, and then the storms that fire off in Texas, they like clash?
Yeah. Wait, let me see. Are we talking about
Monday or Sunday 6 p.m.
Oh, you're right. Wow, look at
Weird.
that. They collide. You have them moving, oh my god, east and west.
Yep.
And then they all
battle of the
east.
outflow boundaries.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yep.
Well, it wouldn't be that cool for being honest.
No, not for those people that live there.
There's gonna be people sandwiched in between those guys. These are just models. We don't know that this is gonna happen, but what the models do show is a lot happening down there in the central southern plains moving forward. NAM 3K has got it.
Stops at Monday at 21Z, and you just got one supercell firing off outside of Lubbock.
Oh wow, dude! NAM 3K shows the same thing. Those storms smashing into each other, Oklahoma and Texas on Sunday. That's interesting. They both show that weird setup.
Yeah. Why does this always have to happen on these holiday weekends, too? Like, why can't we just be left alone for the holidays?
Yeah, Sunday, Oklahoma, northern Texas. We'll have to watch that. Someone said, bro, I live there. Well, you're cooked. Just kidding. You're not cooked. You're not cooked. That's just what the kids say. You're good. Anything for northeastern Oklahoma, Tulsa area. Yeah, I mean, we could see stuff Saturday, Sunday around that region. Really, the next few days, a lot of people in central and southern, especially the southern plains, are getting involved.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder too, Connor, is if these are going to be the next 3 days where like everything defies the models and the actual SVC outlook verifies, but 3 days in a row.
Yeah, right.
For one time, that'd be something.
I wonder. Someone asked about the look for tomorrow. This is the look on the NAM 3K for tomorrow, guys. Some supercell action moving into western Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma, in and around just the northeast of Tulsa. Doesn't look too aggressive on the NAM 3K. Looks a little more aggressive on Sunday.
Yeah.
Is our HRRR 12Z? Yeah, that should be looking into it tomorrow. Let's look at the HRRR.
So I have a question for you though, Connor. What are your thoughts on June? What is our weather pattern going to look like for June?
Well, it's okay. So we have the biggest determining factor, I think, on what's going to happen is June is if the models are correct about all of this cold air over the next 2 weeks in the central plains out east. Because if the GFS and Euro are right and we have below average temperatures for 12 out of the next 14 days for a lot of the central southern plains and out east, that's going to do something weird to our June outlook because that's not normal. And what I think what I think may happen there is we're going to have a lot of heat replacing that, and there's going to be a lot of instability, because of that. So we'll see. I think the more the cold air sticks around as we end May, the worse it's going to be in June. I think we're looking a lot better. Well, I know it sounds weird, but yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
That'll be interesting too, because if we go cold start and we go ridging in the last couple of weeks of June when hurricane season gets going, if we get anything that develops, there's going to be no shear over the Gulf, so it's not going to limit anything.
Yeah,
which is going to make haywire closer to home.
And I know heat leads to severe weather, but we're going to have a very awkward and unbalanced atmosphere if we're sitting here below average for 2 weeks straight. That doesn't mean, the waters, you can see down there, especially all this cold air, that's going to be sticking around. What's not really affected is the Gulf states. If you've looked at all the model runs, it kind of stops right when you get towards the Gulf, like the actual Gulf shore from Texas all the way around to Florida, which is normal. So I think the Gulf is still going to be baking, but we're going to have a weird pocket of cold air there that eventually is going to be replaced in early June. I think that could cause a lot of problems week 1 or week 2.
Are we running above average water temps than last year? Or if we are, do you know by what percentage potentially?
Yeah, actually, I have here, Tropical Tibbetts, surface ocean analysis tool. This is great.
I saw a report that Key West was sitting in the 90s already, and they were 10 above than what we were at last year. Western
Atlantic. I don't know if you can see my stream, but we're super hot right now everywhere in the Western Atlantic. This is as of May 23rd. This is today. Do you see my stream? This is today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and even with all that cold air, I don't think it affects the Gulf. I think the Gulf keeps warming up.
What's going to be interesting too is the major development region going into the month. Is that going to warm up or is that going to trend down?
I know. The more moisture you get over this region, the more the water's going to cool because you're going to have upwelling. So the more we get, the more, like I said, the best thing that can happen sometimes is a tropical system moves through this area and dissipates before it hits land because it leaves a trail of cold water. So it all depends. We need convection over the Gulf, and we need convection over the Gulf, Western Atlantic, and Caribbean, because if we don't get it, we're not going to have any upwelling at all. This surface water is not going to move anywhere, especially in the Gulf and northwestern Caribbean. It doesn't go anywhere. The currents are underwater.
I noticed too, big difference in last year with the East Coast, a lot warmer than last year, which is going to put all the way up the.
Oh my God! Yeah. You know what's the most awkward part about this whole thing? This never happens. This pocket of this warm sector right up here going through the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah. Usually, this right here, you'll see this split off here. You'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to seeing as well. I do remember that.
Yeah. You'll see it move off in that direction, and it's not. So this is, and it's just because of the abundance of warmth here. You have your main current. You have your main current circulating up here through the Gulf, coming up, and then you have your second one here, and usually these combine and then they shoot off out into the Atlantic, and they're not right now. Well, it is, but it's shooting off there, and there's just too much warm water, so it's collecting everywhere. But again, those currents don't really affect the surface water. Those are deep currents. The surface water, the only thing that's going to change the surface water temps is we need a ton of convection, and we need some stormy weather down here. And just because you have convection, that doesn't mean you're going to get a tropical system. I mean, there's plenty of shear. You need it's hard to get a tropical cyclone.
Right.
But I'd rather have a ton of convection and moisture in the beginning of the season here when you're typically not going to get a super strong storm. You can, but typically not. It's hard to really get something powerful until you're pushed into end of August, September.
Off the coast of Florida, they're already looking good.
Yeah, but we want to see a lot of thunderstorm activity down here over the next month because that'll reset these surface temps and they'll have to start reheating again. But if we don't get any of that, which we haven't seen much of it, I mean, Florida's been in a huge drought, and you can tell because there's no upwelling that's been occurring here. Okay, guys, for upwelling, when you have convection and storms form, and you have that this moisture rising off the surface water evaporating, that warm water at the surface is, it's disappearing and it needs to be replaced by something, and colder water beneath it comes up and replaces it. That's upwelling. And the process of upwelling is what cools down all of our water temperatures. You need at least 74-degree water temps or above for a tropical cyclone, but they really don't get going until 78 to 80. So, as much as thunderstorm activity down here is spooky going into hurricane season, you want it in the beginning, because if we don't get a reset on these water temperatures, it's going to be bad, especially in Enzo neutral.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's probably freaking... Look at Miami. I mean, the water temps in Miami it's probably like a cool freaking hot tub right now. It's probably like 86 degrees.
You step in there, it's not going to feel refreshing on a 90-degree day. That's
no.
For sure.
Not at all.
Why don't you get down there and stick your toes in the water for us?
Yeah.
Let us know if it's bubbling.
Although, I think the Eastern Atlantic's been colder. Have you taken a look at that? Or our tropical Atlantic? Look at that. This is our main development region in the beginning of hurricane season.
That's good. We like that.
So we do like that. But who knows with what our water temps are doing out here?
It did something like this last year.
Yeah. We started off slow last year in the tropical. This is our tropical Atlantic. But we'll see what happens here. This could, what might end up happening is this just causes our hurricane season to start closer to us, and that wouldn't be great either.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of how last year went with Beryl, and then we had what was it? Beryl, and then with Francine.
First half of the season, nothing happened out here.
Yep, it was pretty quiet.
There's a ton of shear and dry air, and the dry air was because our waters were so cold, so we weren't getting a ton of moisture in the atmosphere.
Yeah, there's an anomaly I heard too that somebody mentioned. I don't remember what the name of it was. It sits underneath of that area, the major development region over there, kind of south of Africa. I can't remember the name of it is, but when I think of it, maybe you'll know it. It drives me crazy. Somebody mentioned it was something with the loop current over there that's just allowing for cold water displacement. I don't know, something along the lines of that. I'll look into it and see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's a lot.
That's interesting.
Our brains are gonna be hurt trying to figure out what's going on as hurricane season starts. It gets complicated.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways, I guess last thing we can address here is the timing for today. We'll have to. I'm not going to go by the herd just because you don't typically want to look at the one model that's showing nothing when a bunch of other models are showing something, because even if nothing happens, you at least want to know, right? Like, okay, what could happen in this? What could happen today? The timing on this stuff right now is looking like 7 p.m. Central. You think we have things firing up?
Yeah, it'll be later. Yeah, later evening once the dry line kicks in.
And then if the NAM, 3K, or Rufus are right, and some of this does make it down to Oklahoma, this is the worst part. We could have like a 1 to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Supercells went through 1 to 3 a.m. that time frame.
I'm glad I don't have a 5K at 7 o'clock in the morning. I might actually have to get on a cover tonight.
Yeah. Is there a few storms in the KC, Missouri area this evening? Potentially. Yeah, it depends what model you look at. It would be late in the evening, though, or early in the morning, I think, as stuff gets over there.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Yeah, you could get thunderstorms, but nothing severe too early. Yeah, probably much
Kentucky,
later.
y'all are going to be okay. It's going to be nice and cool. Waking up into the 40s this morning.
That's right.
God, I don't remember the last time I woke up. The last time I woke up to 40 was when I lived in North Carolina for the month of May, not Kentucky.
Yeah. I'm looking at the temperature anomalies right now. Let me go back. Look, this is just wild. Cold. Oh, we get a little warm air. Nope. Cold.
Did I just see 25 to 30 below a second ago on that?
This is just wild, dude. Look at this. Every day you get back to average.
God.
Look at this.
Wow. Yep.
What's this for? This is on Sunday.
What in the world?
Our
front doesn't even come through until Monday.
Yeah, and the GFS is seeing this too, by the way, guys. Look at this. The GFS is more aggressive. Look at you guys. Look at you guys on the GFS in Kentucky.
I'm not a fan of that, Connor. I was supposed to be on vacation with nice warm conditions, not 30s.
Look at this crap. Central Plains. This is just insane. Spinning, spinning, spin. And then look at this right behind it. I mean, and then we get maybe back to normal. Ooh. Listen, let's just pray to God this doesn't register here.
What? No. That's
No.
the 360-hour run, right? Please tell me that is.
Yeah. This is out. This is at 372 frames.
Hello, June.
Yeah.
God,
You want to talk about June
please.
severe weather if that were to actually happen?
Yeah, the difference in temperatures there would definitely create some significant severe weather.
Yeah. Tulsa, we may have a little bit of a threat midnight to 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. tonight. I would sleep with the alerts on.
Yeah.
We'll see how things develop throughout the day, though.
Do we have an update? Is the Huntsville radar back up? I'm thinking it is. I'm assuming so. After it went down, after it got hit by that storm the other day.
Yeah, I wonder. We'll probably check real quick.
Yeah, it looks like it's back on. I can see the timestamp and everything.
Nice. Yep, it is. Nice.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. I just had to end my coverage the other day because I'm like, we don't have a radar to see anything in because all the other radars were out of the zone where the severe weather was happening at. So I just said, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna get off, Connor. I'm gonna go get some things done, and then I'll probably do a little quick stream. But yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on much longer. I'll talk to my chat, answer some questions. All right, I appreciate you, Matt.
sounds good, bud.
All right, see you a little bit later. All right, guys, I'm gonna switch back here. Oh, what the heck is going on here? Give me 1 second. Let me turn off my camera in here. Video settings. Give me a second, and then I'm gonna activate it and. I'm learning how to transition this stuff quickly. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if I can reactivate it in my OBS now. Okay, that's pretty easy. All right, let me answer your guys' questions real quick. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yo, I just got reintroduced on in Greensburg. I can't do whatever that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we keep stuff away from there. We don't have much severe weather. We got a little bit in some storms moving through eastern Kansas, southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma. Not looking too severe right now, though. Not looking too severe. How's Ada, Oklahoma look? I don't know where Ada, Oklahoma is. Where is that? Where is that in Oklahoma? Central, northeast, southeast, south central, north central, northwest, west central, southwest. It's the best way to answer a question. Is Kansas in any danger? Kansas, yeah, I have a way to get alerts today. I mean, this is our risk today. This is our most updated risk zone, guys. We can take a look at the tornado risk, which I know a lot of people are most concerned with for today. And this is what it's looking like. They actually upgraded this to a 5% up here, which I didn't realize. So northeastern Colorado, I'm not surprised. Most models agree on a 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 supercells forming up there. East Central Oklahoma. Yeah, so you guys are in this tornado risk today, 2%. Really, I mean, most of East, Central to East, most of the state except for Southwest, if we're being honest. But definitely got to watch that. The problem is out here in eastern Oklahoma, the farther down we get to the southeast, you know, we could have severe cells moving through, severe thunderstorms moving through 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. So we don't like a nocturnal threat. The HRRR, which we like to argue is our best short-range model, doesn't see any bad weather for you guys tonight. Doesn't see really anything. Sees a ton of capping. Doesn't really see anything moving through Oklahoma other than some minor storms, but like weak, maybe rain showers, weak thunderstorms, but not severe. But the NAM 3K and Rufus disagree, and they think we could have a little action down here. But it would be very, very, like, past midnight, most likely, Central Time for you guys. I live in southwest Missouri, pretty close to Oklahoma, Kansas, Lime. Okay. How do we look? Yeah, so you guys aren't in this 2%, but if you're anywhere around the 2%, again, you're going to want to pay attention to this. I just talked, you know, I did that interview with Doug Hetty, who was chief meteorologist in Joplin when that tornado hit. Everyone was talking about eastern Iowa that day, May 22nd, 2011. They were talking about eastern Iowa. That's where they thought the bad tornadoes would be. And, you know, they were down here, like, he was cleaning his boat out on the lake, and they were like, you got to get in here. Something's happening. That's why we say don't pay attention just to this green. This is the tornado risk, but, you know, I usually like to make a much bigger circle around this. Like, if you're in this area, you probably want to know what's going on. because we get stuff developing outside of it all the time. If it's outside of it, it doesn't mean 0%. It means less than 2% for a tornado. But it could be a 1.9% for a tornado, and it's going to be outside the screen. So it doesn't mean you have a 0% chance for a tornado. Just not. If it's under 2%, they don't highlight it. Why is Mississippi, Louisiana calling for a week of thunderstorms? Yeah, if we go to pivotal weather, let's take a look at our quantitative precipitation moving forward. Let's look at the euro. I'll look at we'll take a look at the euro. Let's go out maybe a week. Look at this. That's good. Florida needs some rain. Look at that. I mean, Louisiana, Eastern. This area is could see a concerning amount of rainfall. Mississippi, the whole state though, is expected to get a lot. If we just look at our precipitation type moving forward, yeah, you've got some thunderstorms moving over later tonight into tomorrow. Oh, man, that line looks potentially severe. We'll have to watch that. And then Sunday, we've got another one. And then Monday, we've got another one. And then Tuesday. And then yeah, I mean, here's what's happening. You've got your jet stream like this, okay? Storms form along your baroclinic boundary, so where you have that steep pressure change here. So you're going to see or a temperature gradient, which is going to cause a pressure gradient. So it's easier to look at this if we were to take a look at the 500 millibar. See the jet stream, the way it's set up? We're going to have some cold weather, cooler weather than normal to the north of this and warmer to the south. So storms are just going to be firing off along this line, and they're going to be funneling continuously through here. So as long as the jet stream doesn't want to move, stay in there. It's weaker, but it's still there. We've still got a jet through here, right there. You can see these lines much closer. We got a big upper level low, so we're still funneling some moisture through here. This upper level low is pulling cold air down, and we have warm air from the Gulf. We're still going to have that, sharp baroclinic line there, and then we're going to push. We're still seeing it. It's just these areas are located. Yeah, I mean, this whole region here is going to continue to see funneling precipitation if that continues. Let me look at something real quick. It's weird the height anomaly is so warm, but we're going to stay so cold or so cool. I'm trying to pull something up. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, you can see this clashing of cool and warm air down here continuously. All right, what's going on? What's going on, chat? Omaha for Sunday, please. Oh yeah, we never gave the spicy rating. True. I'm giving it a right now, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. I expect the spicy rating to increase, but I can't guarantee it will. I'm only giving it a 5 out of 10 right now. Only because it's not associated with like any sort of major low-level jet, any sharp dry line. So, like Matt said, it's like they're like battling outflows. So we see some craziness. If the Rufus is correct, let's go to the 12Z. If the Rufus is correct, it's gonna get pretty spicy. I'm only giving it a 5 out of 10 right now. Let's see. See if the Rufus is correct. If the Rufus is correct, like this in the reflectivity is a 9 out of 10. If the Rufus registers, but I don't think it will right now. So we'll have to wait and see. You don't have. Let's take a look at our low-level jet here. Although the Rufus might have the low-level jet really cranking in there on Sunday. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. You've got surface level low. What's our surface cape looking like around that time? Ooh, that's interesting. Saturday. Wow. You see how that bubble expands? What this is a big pocket of supercells forming. So it looks like your instability is disappearing, but it's not. The storms are just using that instability to create themselves. So where you see these big bubbles pop up sometimes, that's actually where the cells are. So that looks dangerous. Yeah, of course that looks dangerous right there. Yeah, we'll see. I have it at a 5 out of 10 right now because I don't fully believe the Rufus yet. The NAM looks like a 7 out of 10 on it, but I'll give you my final. What day is today? Friday? I'll give you my final answer tomorrow. I just think there's too much that could. There's too many things that could. Yeehaw! Ride 'em, cowboy. Thank you, Parker. Is that a cowboy hat? I have to do it. I probably complete. My timing was probably completely off. There's a lot of things that can make that day a dud right now, but we'll see. Could end up being. Like I said, if the Rufus and NAM register, it would be bad. Jill NTX, Melissa Maple, Jess, I appreciate you guys. I didn't even see what was going on up there. Best day to go to the lake just north of Atlanta. My kids are driving me crazy. Are they your kids if they're not driving you crazy? I think they have to be. It's the only way. It's going to be raining out there too in Atlanta, I think, over the next few days. But yes, thunderstorms. I mean, on the Euro, you get a break next Thursday? Maybe? No, not really. Next Wednesday. Not really. You guys, it's just nonstop. It's just nonstop until like next. Yeah, I'm looking into here and I'm like, maybe you guys, based on the Euro, get a break next Saturday. But again, look at our. It's gonna be hard. Look at our quantitative precipitation here over Atlanta. Look at every day you see that rain added on top every day. All the way. I mean, yeah, you guys over the next 5 days could be looking at 3 to 4 inches of rain. It's a lot of rain. Unfortunately, this is the area of the country down here over the next week that's just going to be getting hammered with rainfall. I wish I had a better answer. Give me 1 second, guys. Still haven't eaten anything today. 3 p.m. out here. Wait, what? They're mad at me now. Oh, yeah. They're mad at me now. Like, I'm actually, yeah. No, it's not your fault. It's Mother Nature. Yeah, I feel that. My kids are well, my son, I have a toddler too, and he gets pretty mad when he can't go outside and it doesn't stop raining. He's like, let me outside. I'm like, I literally can't. He goes, no rain, stop the rain. I'm like, I can't do anything. I just report the weather. I don't make it. I do need to eat, so I'll probably hop off. Look, I'll pay attention to the radar and the developments today. I'll pay attention to that. And if it looks bad, and if it looks like it's trending towards the Rufus today, then I'll do a stream tonight to cover it. Yesterday, I was so busy all day doing the interview and then editing the interview. Was that yesterday? All my days are combining together. It takes a while to edit 50 minutes. It wasn't really edit it. I just wanted to crop certain parts out to make it shorter because it was such a big file. How's Orlando looking? You guys are gonna, yeah, you guys are gonna be looking at a lot of rainfall. I mean, pretty good over the next. Yeah, well, it's not too bad. Let's look. No, over the next 5 days, not too bad, but you start to get a lot of rainfall as we push into next weekend, and your severe chances will go up as well. Not looking terrible. Just based off, you can tell what's going on based on the quantitative precipitation. I mean, I can look at the precipitation outlook, but not much going on there. Your average. You've got a high pressure settling in too for a little bit there. But then you can see things start to really get active middle of next week and then towards next weekend down in Florida. Oh, yeah, and by the way, for anyone who's, like I know Bjorn here, I might, if we don't see anything active down here tonight, I might later, like I'm talking like 9 to 10 Central, I might want to have a conversation with mods and go over stuff and actually, because then I'll have some time to actually do stuff. Get you guys like the access you need and let you know kind of like the roles and everything like that. I think that might be a good time. So I'm kind of hoping this weather doesn't confirm tonight, and we can get chatting and setting stuff up. That'd be cool. Just trying to get to Disney without a ton of rain. Yeah, not too bad over the next couple days, but definitely middle of next week towards the weekend. But you know, it's Florida, and as you get closer into summer, you know, it's that thing that I grew up in Florida. We always say, oh, it's 3 p.m. It's time for your daily thunder shower. Like you can almost your daily thunderstorm. It's like every day once you get into summer. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Yeah, if this stuff doesn't confirm tonight, it doesn't look too bad. I'm definitely gonna. I think I have like 8 total people who I'm thinking of modding and training and stuff like that. And I'll have a conversation with you guys in mod chat Discord. And that'll be cool. So we can kind of like set up roles moving forward and stuff like that. That'll be awesome. We've got so much going on, guys. We got so much going on. I'm going to start reaching out to, well, I've already reached out to a couple, but I'm going to start reaching out to more sponsors and stuff like that and see if Doug Hetty wants to do some coverage with us. And there's so much cool stuff happening, and I'll tell you guys all about that. Appreciate anyone in here gifted, just watching. Again, if you want access to the Discord, we're building an awesome community in there, weather updates every single day, and daily updates. It's updated right now. I got to go update some more stuff, but that's what mods are going to help me with moving forward, so I don't have to update the whole thing myself all day. But yeah, a sub on Discord, member on YouTube, you guys get full access to the Discord. It's $2.99 a month, $3 a month. So, yeah, what's going on? I'll be on later if it's looking like we got some development. If I'm looking like, okay, we could get some strong tornadoes down, I will be on later. If not, I'll talk to you mods. I appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you later. See you guys.